Okay, okay, now here we go. Okay, welcome to week 9. This is exam week. I've already had one person come in and take the exam. She said it was not too bad. Excuse me. So the exam is scheduled for this week. It is different than traditional school. I tell you, come in this week, not like everyone must come in at a certain time. And it's also different if you're taking chemistry with us. They tell you you must come in at this time. For advanced algebra, come in and take it. Okay. Look at the homepage to see the schedule of times and send me an inbox message and let me know when you're coming in. Make sure you understand everything on the practice exam from week 8 and the review sessions, and you'll be ready. When you come in, bring a page of notes, front and back, 8.5 by 11 inches. And yeah, ask me any questions for anything you don't understand before you start. Any questions before we get started?
This exam is gonna be in this
Quarter?
quarter?
No, the exam will not be in time. If you do the exam this week, early in the week, and it raises your grade, I will put that in for the quarter. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to go on the next one. And remember, my courses are all grading periods. It is not quarter 1 averaged with quarter 2 because they're not necessarily balanced. That would not be an accurate representation of your grade mathematically. Okay. So, and we have packets for weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12. So let's get started. At the end of today's, I want to work through the practice exam number 6 in case anyone's coming in for the exam and wants to do the extra credit. So we keep putting it off. I posted a video. I was supposedly posted a video of working out that problem. It was the wrong video. It just is a 20-second video of looking at the problem. I'm going to post the correct video after our review session. So if once you request the answer key for the practice exam, on the page with the answer key will be a link to the correct video. Right now, it's not the correct video. Okay, let's get started. Factoring. Now, 4 types of factoring. And okay, so 4 types of factoring. We're going to start with GCF. Now, GCF may be part of all factoring. You might factor with out the GCF and then do the other ones. Difference of 2 squares. Okay, if you only have 2 terms, it has to be one of those. You could do GCF with more than 2 terms, but if you only have 2 terms, it has to be one of those. Easy diamond. That's my diamond, right? Doesn't have the diamond around it. And difficult. Okay, the world calls this A not equal to 1. I can talk about why that's true. So you do rainbow, diamond, box. Now there is a number 5. If you have 4 terms, it is the world calls it correct. The world calls it factor by grouping. Photomath calls it factor by grouping. So if there are 4 terms, we throw it into a box and graph it. You should know how to demonstrate the box method, especially if you're doing the online exam. I say specifically, demonstrate the box method for this. So you should know how to do my methods. Okay, number 1 is on your own. Number 3 and number 4 are on your own. Oh my goodness. Let's do number 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 terms. My only choice is the box method. So 28, 16 minus 21 and minus 12. That's really plus negative. Yeah. Okay. So 28v cubed, 16v squared, negative 21v, negative 12. Okay. Step 1. I need the greatest common factor of the top row.
4v squared.
Yes. Okay, we can see that 4 is the biggest number that goes in. I grab the smaller one because the smaller one is going to go into both. So 4v squared times, what's going to go here?
7.
Yeah, 7v is 28v cubed. 4v squared times 4 is 16v squared. What is going to go here? I can't see my chat. Yeah. Oh, there we go. But negative 3, right? And negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So the answer is 4v squared minus 3, 7v plus 4. So sometimes we still end up with an exponent in the answer. Hello. Okay, so you're going to do 1, 3, and 4 on your own. Stick around at the end and request them. Let's do number 5. Notice A is the coefficient in front of the squared term, and it is not 1. Okay, if I have a coefficient in front of the squared term that is not 1, then this is difficult. So we're going to go rainbow, diamond, box. Okay, there's a coefficient in front of the n squared, rainbow, diamond, box. So there's my rainbow. Okay. What number goes right there on the top of the rainbow?
Negative 28 times 3.
Yeah, we're just going to put the number. Yeah, Zoomers, what do I do with the 7 and the negative 4? So negative 28 multiply. Thank you. Okay, let's make a diamond. I need 2 numbers that multiply to get negative 28 and add to get negative 4. So I checked the chart of factors, which everyone should have. I didn't give them to you guys today. You know what? Take this one. So 2 numbers that multiply to get, I'm wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, this is wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm a little distracted today. Okay. 2 numbers that multiply to get negative 28 and add to get negative 12, right? Right here are what?
Negative 14.
Negative 14 and positive 2. Now, if I've made the rainbow, I can, those are not my answers. I have to do the box. So 7n squared and -4. I'm done with those. What goes in these two spots of the box? -14 n. Thank you. And 2n. Thank you. Almost done. Okay, GCF. I can see that a 7 goes into both of those. I grab the smallest of the variable part because I know the smaller one will go into both, and it needs to be greatest common factor. 7n times n, 7n squared. 7n times -2, -14n. N times 2, 2 times -2, -4. Happy face, it works. 7n plus 2, n minus 2. Okay, number 6 on your own. Number 7. Okay, we're going to use the elimination method. Or add down. So step 1, pick a variable. Pick a variable that would be easy to make match and cancel. So which variable are we going to pick? Okay, so the X, right? So I'm going to pick the X. So I'm going to multiply everything in the top by what number to make the coefficients match but opposite? So just regular 2. That will give me -10 and +10. Okay. The whole point is when I add down, one of my variables will cancel. So I have -10x plus 20y is equal to, what number do I have on the other side? I'm going to distribute, right? -50.
Oh, but I thought you were adding.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't forget distribute both sides. Sorry, my question was not clear. Okay. So my X's, are they set to cancel? Is one negative and one positive? Yes. Poof. Add down. So I've gone from 2 equations and 2 unknowns to 1 equation and 1 unknown. Okay, so it's like a funnel, it's getting smaller. So now we're going to solve for y, divide by 17. Y is equal to -4. So now I'm going to plug in, solve for x. I think I'm going to plug into the bottom one. You could plug into either. Yeah. It's your preference. I like the fact that I'm looking for X and my X was positive. That's really my only, you just go with your gut feeling. Okay, so 10X, you want to go with the one that you have a less chance of an arithmetic error. So plus 12 is equal to negative 18 minus 12. 10x is equal to negative 30. I almost put 3. Divide by 10. X is equal to negative 3. Or you could say they intersect at the ordered pair negative 3, negative 4. Okay, 2 types of substitution. This one is hook them together. Okay, 2x plus 8 is equal to y. I found a y over here. I can take y out and replace it with 2x plus 8. And on the other side, negative 3x minus 7. So you're noticing Canvas quizzes where they say, what is the equation after hooking them together? This is what you put. Or they could look like this. Okay, let's solve. Add 3x to both sides. 5x plus 8 is equal to negative 7. Subtract 8. 5x is equal to negative 15. Divide by 5. X is equal to negative 3. Now, I'm going to plug it into both because they're so easy to plug in. And that will help me check my answer. So that's negative 6 plus 8 is 2. 9 minus 7, I get 2. I get y equals 2. Quick and easy, no matter which one I plug them into. Okay, so that is substitution, hook them together. Now, this is the other substitution that people don't tend to like. Okay, so we're going to use the other substitution. Now, some of you love the elimination method and you're thinking, oh, could I just subtract 3x from both sides? That'll give me a negative 3x and a positive 3x. Yes, but with this one, we're practicing substitution. So I'm going to substitute y. So y is isolated. Y is alone. So I'm going to take my standard form and I'm going to take out y. So this is y equals and standard. Okay. What am I going to do next? All right. So I'm going to take the 3x minus 20 and plug it in where y used to be. Okay, distribute. So 3x plus 6x minus how much? 40, thank you, is equal to 14. Combine like terms, 9x minus 40 is equal to 14. add 40. 9x is equal to 54. Divide by 9, x is equal to 6. Now, the one that has been isolated, excuse me, is the easiest place to plug in x without an arithmetic error. So we have 3 times 6 is 18, minus 20 is -2. Okay, so we have elimination, which is everyone's favorite. Substitution, hook them together. People still don't mind that one. And then substitution, 1y equals 1 standard form. Notice we're not really learning anything new today. So I'm going a little bit faster. Okay, Molly and Natalie are selling cookie dough for a school fundraiser. Customers can buy packages of white chocolate chip cookie dough and packages of gingerbread cookie dough. Blah, 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 blah. What is the cost of each package? Okay, so let's say we want the cost. That's what my variable is going to be, right? The cost of one package of white chocolate chip. Oh no, don't do that. Oh no. Contagious. Okay, so one package of white chocolate chip, I'm going to call W. You could call them X and Y. And then what is the cost of a package of gingerbread? I'm going to call those G. So we need our first equation. Yeah, Zoomers, work ahead of me. Write your first equation, please. So we have 14W plus 12G is equal to 296. Is that what everyone got? Okay, find your second equation. You got to admit, there are worse word problems.
Yeah, this is pretty easy.
Okay, this one's not bad. A little bit of practice and it's not bad. Okay, 9 packages of white chocolate chip plus 6 packets of gingerbread equal 156. Now, these cookie problems, they tend to be really nicely set up for elimination method. Okay, do we see it? Elimination method. So pick a variable. Okay, Zoomers, everyone type in what variable you think would be easiest to cancel. Okay, got one? Awesome. Except I think you mean negative. Okay, good job, Zoomers. We are going to pick G. Yeah, and we're going to multiply the bottom by -2. The whole reason for multiplying is so that they have a coefficient. Yeah, awesome. One that have this equal but opposite coefficient. Okay, let's bring the top one down. 14W plus 12G is equal to 296. The bottom one, -18W plus -12G is equal to -312. Notice I could either say plus -G or -G. Okay, you with me? Thumbs up, Zoomers. Are we ready to add down? Will I go from 2 equations and 2 unknowns down to 1 equation with 1 unknown? Is it set? I feel like we're at the playground and we just climbed to the top of the slide. We did all the work and now we're going to slide down. Yeah, you're not feeling that a little bit? Okay. Add down. Poof. Those cancel. So we have negative 4W is equal to negative 16. Divide by negative 4. W is equal to 4. Okay, so white cookie dough is $4 a package. Now, these might come a little bit off because this problem generator, sometimes they come off a little off. But anyway, $4 a package, that's reasonable. So now I'm going to plug in. So we'll do I'll do the top. 14W plus 12G equals 296. My notes, I did the other one. That means I have to multiply on my own. Fourteen times 4, 56. 56 plus 12G is equal to 296. Subtract. $12G is equal to 240. Divide by 12. G is 20. So white chocolate chip cookie dough is $4 a package. Gingerbread cookie dough is $20 a package. Yeah, maybe it's like special ginger. So it comes off, the numbers get a little skewed because it just keeps generating these problems and changing the numbers. Okay, Zoomers, how we doing? Doing okay? Yeah? Okay, awesome. Better. Awesome. Yeah, you'll see that the first time you see these problems, you're like, your brain is like, wait, what's going on? But then as we practice, yeah, by the time it's the week for the test, it gets better. Okay. This is on your own. Now here's a hint. If you need to go and you don't have time to see it and you want to request it, I think last year's video, I did all of them. I think I did every single problem. So they're also on last year's video, or you can request it at the end. Okay, we got to do this one. So junior high, you learned that rate times time equals distance. So we're going to make a box. If this is a boat, this is a boat, right? If this is a boat or airplane, make a box. Rate, time, distance. So we have downstream and upstream. So it goes downstream and then it goes upstream. The distance is 242 both ways. Oh, this is the bad one. This one's hilarious. Like, okay, in the video from last year, I laughed so hard because it's so ridiculous. Okay. The time it takes to go downstream, it still makes me laugh, is 11 hours. The time it takes to go upstream, it cracks me up. 121 hours. Get out of the boat and drive. Call an Uber. 121 hours. Okay, it's just what it is. That's what my test generator does, my problem generator. Okay, here's the hard part. The rate. Now, look at this. The speed of the boat in still water. We're going to call that B. Okay, I go to the last sentence to find my variables. The speed of the current, I'm going to call C. Now, the rate of the boat going down and up. What am I going to call the rate? Downstream, the rate is a bigger number, right? B is involved. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, Zoomers, anyone got it? The rate of the boat traveling, going downstream. Yeah, it's a bigger number than in still water. Is B plus C. See how the rate is a higher number than it would be in still water if the boat was in your swimming pool. Okay, going upstream. You're paddling. Well, no, I think it's a motorboat. Anyway, it's harder to go upstream. The rate is going to be smaller. It's going to be a smaller number. What is it? Yeah, B minus C. Okay. That's the hardest part right there, filling in those boxes. Now, remember, when you come to take the test, you can use a page of notes. Better have an example of this because you're going to forget. You're going to blank out and say, what do I put in that box? Okay. So I'm going to move actually T over here because I like to distribute from the left. So 11 B plus C is equal to 242. 121 B plus minus C is equal to 242. Okay, you with me? You guys are quiet. You're with me, right? Okay, good. Now, do you want to distribute? Awesome. Thank you. I need a little support. Need a little conversation. Okay. Do you want to distribute or you want to do the shortcut?
Distribute is like dividing.
Distribute is just that. The shortcut is dividing. Okay, shortcut. Are we game for shortcut? Okay, 11 B plus C. Instead of dividing, I'm going to cancel the 11. Yeah? See how it's actually yeah, okay, I got to vote for shortcut. It's actually getting canceled from both of them. So I'm going to have B plus C equals. I didn't do the shortcut last time. So 242 divided by 11 is 22. Okay, I'm going to take 121 B minus C equals 242. I can do this one in my head. Okay, before distributing, I'm going to cancel the 121. Yeah, so I'm actually canceling from both because it would have been distributed to both. That gives me B minus C equals, now I can do this in my head. 242 divided by 121 is 2. Isn't that friendly? Is that like the friendliest elimination problem you've ever seen? But there's a very common mistake. Are we ready to add down? Pick a variable. Yeah, the C's all ready to cancel. Yeah, there's a very common mistake for some people, for some reason. Now everyone sees that that cancels and everyone goes, B plus B is B. Whoa, 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 whoa. B plus B is 2B. Okay, this is where I quote Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether to deny thy, that's all I remember. Okay. And add down over here. Tell your English teacher that we discussed Shakespeare in math. Yeah, is that a friendly elimination problem? Poof, C is gone. Divide by 2. B, the boat is going 12 miles per hour. Speed of the boat in still water. Now, aren't you just dying to find out the speed of the current that caused it to take 121 hours to go upstream? The suspense is killing me. Okay, B plus C equals 22. Substitute B equals 12. The speed of the current is 10 miles an hour. Yay. You guys, it's not that bad. You could totally do this. Yeah, just remember how to fill in the box. And you got this. Okay, number 15 is on your own. Just like it, make a box. Okay, speed of plane and speed of wind. Same thing. You're going to do that one on your own. Let's practice graphing. So, first of all, we have the, oh, I usually do it this way. We have the slope and the y-intercept. The slope is -1/2. The y-intercept is -1. You with me? All right. So the y-intercept is where you begin. Okay. You find the heart of the graph, the y-intercept, not on the hands, on the spine. You find the heart. Dun it, dun it, dun it. It's really cool effects on Zoom, huh? Dun it, dun it. Boy, I am in like a weird mood. I'm so sorry. Okay. So I begin at -1. Now the slope is either down 1/2 or up 1 back 2. Be very careful. So easy to make a mistake with a negative slope. So I'm going to go down 1/2 and I'm going to go up 1 back 2. Do not draw the line yet. So is this solid or dashed? Oh, look at that. It's dashed. Last week, when I grabbed my computer to make this dashed line, I turned it off. It's got this funny little off button. Am I done? Ah, shade. Okay. Do I shade up or down? Greater than. Greater than shades up. Less than would shade down. Up. Oh, that's why my pen was so fat. Okay, so we got a question. How do you know which way to shade? If it is solved for y, greater than will shade up, less than will shade down. I want the points less. No, for this one, I want the points greater than the line. Does that make sense? All right. So on your own, yeah, you're going to graph it, and this will be solid line, and you will shade down. Okay. Now let's look at number 18. Notice this one is not solved for y. I look at this and I go, oh, less than is down, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. You cannot make that decision if it has not been solved for y. Okay, so we're going to have to solve for y. Then we're going to decide which way to shade. Okay, let's solve for y. Let's subtract x. Let's put them in y in correct order. Slope intercept. Now, whenever I multiply or divide by a negative number, I need to, so I'm dividing by -4. I can see right here that my y was negative, that I would have to divide by a negative number. Cancel. So this is going to become positive 1/4 x minus 1. Everyone see that? Positive 1/4 x, right? Because I have a negative divided by negative is positive. But whenever I multiply or divide by a negative, the less than is going to have to greater. The less than, we're going to flip it. Now, careful. It was never equal to. Less than or equal to would flip to greater than or equal to. Less than flips to greater than.
Oh, so you always have to.
If I divide by a negative. Does that make sense?
But you only divide if there's a negative.
So it's all about the y, no x, all about the y. Because my y had a negative coefficient, I'm going to end up flipping it.
Oh, yeah. I can see.
So I can tell by the beginning, the process of solving for y is going to involve dividing by a negative. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's go ahead and graph this, and then we'll talk a little bit about that again. So I divided by a negative, I flip the sign. M is 1/4, B is -1. So we're going to begin at -1 on the spine, not on the hands. And I'm going to go up 1/4 or -1 over -4, right? A negative divided by a negative is a positive. Down 1, back 4. Put my dots, don't draw your line. Okay, solid or dashed? Dashed. Shade up or shade down? Okay, I have one vote. Everybody vote, please. Greater than. Shades up or down? All right, I see those votes. Up. That's it. So if it was this, just what if, I made up this number. If I notice the X is negative, the Y is positive, I would add X. What am I dividing by this time? Positive 2. When I divide by 2, does it change the sign? No. Yeah? No, don't change the sign. If the coefficient of the Y term is negative, you will be dividing by a negative and you will end up flipping the sign. Yeah? Okay. It does. And we just learned this last week. It wasn't like we learned it week 1 and we've been practicing it. Okay. Where's 19? 19 is not on here. Okay, what's going on? Anyway, we're gonna do 19. Does your packet have 19? Okay. I don't know what happened. 19 disappeared. We're gonna do 19 together. So add 19. It looks like the packet does not have 19. I don't know when I added this, but we need to do it. Okay, there will be one on the test, 1 or 2, I don't know, that has a double. So let's graph. Starting with this one. So M is for thirds, B is -1. Wow, B is always -1. That's not true, but it has been today. 2, 3, 4. It's really not ideal without a nice graph. Solid line. And down. Okay, this one's weird. X less than or equal to 3. If it's an X equals, the line X equals, we think X-ray vision, which reminds me that an X equals is vertical. Believe me, I Googled it. There's not a good way to remember that an X equals is vertical. So it's going to look like this. X equals 3. Now, where am I going to shade? Less, oh my, less than 3. I want numbers less than 3. 2, 1, 0, -1. Ding, ding, ding. Can you see that shading is going to look right there? Now, notice, this is really cool. See how this points to the left? And the shading pointed to the left. Okay, so now I'm going to graph 1, 2, 3. Solid line. shade left. Now that's just a hot mess. This is my my Y axis. What represents the answer?
Because we have to shade up a specific way.
Mm-hmm. What am I shading? Can you see it right here? It's where they overlap. There's the answer right there. Yeah, it's where they overlap. Okay, we are done. A little bit earlier than usual. For the rest of the time, do you have requests from this review session or requests from the practice exam? So we could do requests from the review session, or did I do any? Yeah, this is new and fresh. Or requests from the practice exam. Okay, the testing schedule. When you take a test with me, if you're coming in to take the test, you are going to look at the testing schedule and you're going to find the time slot that works for you. Send me an inbox message. Tell me when you're coming and come in and test. Okay, does that make sense? We're not all testing at the same time. It is scheduled to take place this week. It is full credit until the Friday of week 10. The test will be, it will cover weeks 5 through 5, 6, 7, 8. And then week 9 was a review as well. So it'll cover the practice exam and the RSPs for 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it'll look pretty similar to the practice exam. So I had a gal come in this morning. She studied her RSPs 5, 6, 7, 8. She studied her practice exam. And I said, how was it? Pretty much what you expected? She said, yep. But it is a lot to know, but there's not really surprises. There is an extra credit. The extra credit, if you come in person, okay, you are responsible. The test will have 5 through 9. Yeah. So it's not ideal. I'm going to need you to understand everything on the practice exam and also look back at the RSPs for 5 and 6. So sorry.
I like the exam apart for quarter 1 grade.
No, the exam will not be in time for quarter 1.
Oh, the grades.
Yeah. Now remember, grading my grade book, make sure your grade book is on all grading periods. Is that what it's called? All grading periods. Yeah. I had a guy tell me last week, he said, how come this didn't show up? I said, is your grade book set to all grading periods? He's like, well, I know you say that, but I didn't think I really had to. I'm like, yes, all grading periods. No, I didn't really react that way, but okay. All these crazy things happen if you don't set it to all grading periods, like multiple things. Okay, do we want to see this one so you could try it on the in-person exam?
Yeah, but I don't think I have that practice here.
Practice exam?
Yeah.
What?
But that's for 9 practice for candidates.
Oh, okay. You're right. Okay, this exam will not be in time for first quarter unless you take it and it improves your grade. Go to that left column and not on the top shelf, but go a couple down. Okay, if you take it and I get it graded and it raises your grade, it'll count for quarter 1. Otherwise, it will not be in there. Okay, because it's too close to the end of the quarter. Yes. Yes. So don't rush in and take it and do poorly because you think you have to do it for the quarter. Okay, there's time. There's time to get this something all made up. Let's do this one. There's also a video. If you'd rather just watch the video, because I figured out why the video is wrong. But let's do it together. Unless you have requests, something else. Okay. Okay, we're not going to do this one at the moment. So okay, guys, piecewise is not on this exam. It's going to show up on the next one. Yeah, we're not ready. Yeah, so no piecewise. Okay, so Cadence, number 13, was that from the RSP? You want to go back to the RSP and do number 13? Okay. Number 13. Okay, word problem. Okay. So we have the number of students in the van and number of students in the bus. Those are our variables. Those are our missing numbers. So we're going to call, oh, hello. We're going to call it V and B. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is find my variables. Okay, so now, 2 vans and 12 buses, 740 students. 2 vans and 12 buses gave us 740 students. Okay. Seven vans and 3 buses, 250 students. 7 vans plus 3 buses gave us 250 students. Are we good? By the way, I realize it's 11:30. Some of you are going to need to go. Last year's video, I believe I did every single problem on the RSP. If you want to look at last year's, I will also send out this year's. If you need to go. Okay, nice, friendly elimination problem. Which variable would be the easiest to cancel? B. Yeah. In order to cancel B, I need to multiply. Correct. Yeah, Zoomers, multiply the bottom equation by, thank you, -4. So we bring down the top equation. And we bring down the bottom equation, multiplying by -4. -28V plus -12B is equal to -1000. Okay, my whole goal was to go from 2 equations and 2 unknowns down to 1 equation. I need to eliminate one of my variables. Poof! +12B, -12B. Poof! So we have negative 26V is equal to negative 260. Oh, that's looking pretty friendly. Divide by negative 26. V is equal to 10. A van holds 10 students. Okay. Let's go back to the top equation. 2V plus 12B is equal to 740. This is 20, right? Subtract 20, little shortcut there. 12B is 720. Divide by 12. B is equal to 60. So a bus holds 60 students. Not too bad. Pretty friendly word problem. Okay, any requests from either today's RSP that I told you have to do on your own or the practice exam? Let's look at number 4. Okay. So question number 1, I only have 2 terms. What type of factoring must this be? It can't be easy diamond because I only have 2 terms. There's a way to convert it to easy diamond if we want to go that route. Or not easy diamond, rainbow diamond box. There is no GCF. Can everybody see that there is no greatest common factor? Yeah. So we could either convert it to a difficult rainbow diamond box, or there is a shortcut. I'm going to convert it. I'm going to do it the long way. Okay. Can we see that this is 9r squared? There's my middle term. Yeah. So now I can do a rainbow. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. You don't have to do it this way. This is the long way. So I need 2 numbers that multiply to get negative 36 and add to get 0. Negative 6 and positive 6. So if I were to put it in the box, 9r squared and negative 4. Negative 6r and positive 6r. Can we see that those two, when I add them together, will cancel each other out? And that's why I only have 2 terms. Yeah? This is why this works. This is why I only have 2 terms. Okay, GCF of the top row. 3R. Yeah, 3R times 3R is 3R squared. 3R times -2 is -6R. 3R times +2 is +6R. 2 times -2 is -4. Do you see how these two have to be different signs in order to get a negative number right here? And these two must cancel each other out because I have no R terms. Okay, so now we see that the answer is 3R plus 2 and 3R minus 2. Now, 9 and 4 can also be found. This is going to be sideways, sorry. Nine and 4 can also be found on the list of perfect squares. 9 and 4 are perfect squares. So here is the shortcut way to do it. You take 9R squared minus 4. We notice that this 9 is 3 squared and 4 is 2 squared. This is difference of 2 squares. So it's 3R plus 2 and 3R minus 2. So you could either use the difference of 2 squares method or the rainbow diamond box method. They both give you the same answer. 3R plus 2, 3R minus 2. So let's do number 3. Can we see that this is a perfect square? And this is the difference of 2 squares. I don't want to make a rainbow diamond box. Actually, you don't need the rainbow because there's no coefficient in front of the n squared, but okay, so what do we get here?
Plus 4.
N plus 5. Now remember, in the box, they're going to have to be different signs so that diagonal cancels. And N minus 5.
And for second simple factor, it could be GCF, right? Like, there's the quotes of factor.
So 1 and 2 could switch.
Oh, no, because that was a big one.
Oh, okay. GCF, difference of 2 squares. Those are the only 2 that you could use if you only have 2 terms. Easy diamond, difficult rainbow diamond box, and if you have 4 terms, throw them into a box. Okay, requests from either the RSP or the practice exam. What do you need to see one more time? Number 1, you're going to make a diamond and then go straight to the answer. You don't have to do the box for number 1. I think we're good.
You add to
Okay, let's do number 1. So we're going to go diamond, easy diamond. I need 2 numbers that multiply to get -20 and add to get +8. So we're gonna go, it's 2 and 10. I want a negative 20 and a positive 8. So -2. Now, because it's not difficult, then we're just gonna go x plus 10, x minus 2. Okay, we go straight to the answer. Okay, is that it? That's it. Last chance for questions. Gonna stop the recording.